8:08.
The Radio Wammo Breakfast.
Issues of the day under T-Radar.
T-Radar with us with his issues of the day. Good morning to you, T-Radar.
Good morning. It's very catchy, that Ballad of the Red Man, isn't it?
I don't like it, isn't it? Yeah, it's very nice.
It's one of those songs that you listen to and you can never quite remember the words, and you walk around all day humming a half-assed tune. Something.
You sound like an idiot.
Yes,
yeah.
You do.
And people go, what are you singing? I go, I don't know.
Yes. Perhaps people will be humming it in their camper vans as they drive around the country, soaking in the New Zealand atmosphere and a little bit of New Zealand music.
So they should. Oh, actually, I'm taking off in a camper van this weekend. I'm heading to Splore.
Are you really?
In a camper van.
And is it a fully equipped camper van, or is it one of those vans that's essentially a people mover with the seats pushed down?
Well, hopefully not, because it's supposed to be a 4-berth.
A 4-berth van?
It depends on what they define as 4-berth, but I reckon it's going to be one of those big uns.
Crikey.
Yeah.
I wonder if is 4-berth 4 single beds, or is that like a double bed and 2 singles?
Oh, I don't know. Well.
Or is it a double bed, a single, and a squab?
Or is it 4 double beds?
I don't know.
It's like a Winnebago or something.
Gosh, so how terrifically exciting. Well, I hope that as you go there, you don't, use the countryside as your amenities.
No, I've heard that there's a lot of this going on, T-Radar.
Plenty of it, apparently. There's been people sort of vexated by this for some period of time. It's all coming to a head. Over the weekend, I think it was, one of the sort of Otago Conservation Board type folk said they should ban all mobile homes, ban them. Because there's people driving around and they're defecating.
But that's just ridiculous.
It is. Well, it is a little bit of an extreme measure. And then, again, the New Zealand Mobile Campers Association, I think they're called, Motor Caravan Association, the president of that came out and he said the freedom campers, those who travel around in the vans that don't have any sort of toilets or anything like that, you've seen them, the spaceship ones and the wicked campers, all of that kind of thing, he says, should be shot.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Well, the people driving them or the people who market them? Or just a lot of them? Shoot them all?
No, he
Line
said,
them up.
No, he said the tourists and the whiz-bang backpacker sleepers should be banned and the drivers should be shot. So you wouldn't want to be caught being the driver of one of those. And really, it is quite problematic because you do get these people who drive around and they just feel as if, I'll just step into the bush and I'll do my business. Paper everywhere, soiling.
So who said that?
That was said by Dick Waters.
So what Dick needs to know, though, is that doesn't, we're not one of those countries. That might happen in other parts. You might be travelling around South America and you might be pulled out of your van and shot.
Summarily executed.
Because that happens.
Yes,
but not here.
No, and you have to think that, to combat this problem, we're going to think of all this money on cycleways. What we want is more portaloos, more toilets all around the countryside.
That is true.
So that people in these camper vans, if they're answering the call of nature while investigating the beauty of our nature, they can find somewhere suitable to go.
It does seem, though, that there are just a few ruining it for the rest of us.
Well, there always is. And, it only takes one
stray
misplaced soiling and you get angry with them all, don't you? You step off the side of the road to, get a bit of view or something, and suddenly you're looking at someone else's mess.
But how hard is it to hide a nugget? You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you just walk further into the bush? There's no need to just do it on the side.
Put them with spades.
Yep.
All of these caravans should have some form of spade. But then I suppose people will say, well, it'll leach into the groundwater.
Well, there's plenty of that going on regardless.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, that was the big one of the week. But still in the hoons and cars, Invercargill just has that thing for putting out the quirky sort of council bylaw. This week they're considering a new bylaw to stop unruly youths disturbing the peace at the city's main cemetery. The
peace, of course, because the dead.
Yes, they were...
The dead, disturbing the dead?
They're disturbing the dead. There are reports of people lounging in deck chairs, playing thumping music, and again, freedom camping, to an extent, young people urinating in nearby bushes. No respect. I guess there's not a lot of places to gather in Invercargill other than the main cemetery, as a reminder of what will happen to you if you don't leave Invercargill.
Yeah, there's obviously no fear of the dead either.
No, well, I guess, zombies hold very little sort of menace to anyone who comes from Southland. They're hard folk, they think differently. They're not worried about, the rising of the dead coming up through the earth.
All that needs to be, this is fixed easily. They just need to be put in front of some terrible horrors.
What kind of horrors?
Well,
Like a horror movie?
Horror movies,
I thought
zombie
you meant
flick
taking them
or...
through the morgue.
Well, or that.
Yes.
They need to be frightened of dead people.
They do. A little bit of respect is all that's required there.
Yeah.
Yes.
No need for a bylaw, just a good old-fashioned scaring.
That's exactly right.
A seance, perhaps.
What's that?
A seance?
A seance? Yeah, look, I suppose they have that. I wonder if it's a cult of sort of boy racers, or whether there's some kind of strange gothic cult down there in Invercargill. What kind of unruly users are they?
There was around about, I think it was about 10 years ago in Christchurch, there was an episode of grave digging.
That's right.
Going on in one of the cemeteries, and it turned out to be goths.
It did turn out to be goths. Generally is, often, the grave diggers. Either goths or body snatchers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the goths were just
Or
misunderstood, and they were misunderstanding.
Occasionally Maoris. They've got a reputation for it at the moment.
Grave robbing?
Yes, or robbing, don't know if they're digging
Corpse
people up,
robbing?
but they're certainly grabbing the body and whipping them back off to where they want them buried.
Oh, there's that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's before they've decayed.
Yes, true. Mm.
Yeah.
But it is...
it
got their
is...
life in their hands at the moment, and never less than an interesting saga. Good old Captain Bethune of the Eddie Gill down there protesting the Japanese whaling in the in the Antarctic.
Was captain, of course.
Was captain. His boat sort of sunk now, and so miffed is he that he's decided that he would instigate a citizen's arrest by climbing onto the Shonen Maru 2 and attempting to stage a citizen's arrest of its skipper.
Well, we knew how that was going to end. He was going to go, oh, sure, I'll come with you. I'll get back on the jet ski, and we'll hop over to the Sea Shepherd vessel, and you can take me back to prison.
Yes, never was going to end up well. Apparently he's cut his thumb. But just think about the excitement. Here are you and I going about our ordinary lives.
Yeah.
Probably the worst thing that could happen to you at work, maybe you miscue a track, throw people's rhythm out.
Yeah.
He's down there in the middle of the Southern Ocean, whooshing around on the jet ski and clambering on board ships, cutting his way through anti-boarding things. And it's very piratical, isn't it? I wonder if he had a cutlass.
Yeah, well, I'm all for what they're doing, but I guess occasionally, when because they'll be having some kind of media monitor back here in New Zealand, around the world, and they would see that the attention has gone away once again from the whaling operation down there. So this is another way of bringing back attention. But what I want to know is whether or not the Japanese are going to take them all the way back to Japan, or will they drop them off on an island somewhere?
Well, I don't know. Perhaps they'll maroon him. That seems suitably accurate. Maybe they'll make him walk the plank.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll tell his compatriots, come over and pick your dude up. They'll put a plank out and they'll make him walk it.
I guess Auckland Island's not too far away.
Oh, terrible place to be marooned.
Oh.
There was a great story down there, not far from there, Snares Island, and three stowaways on a whaling or a sealing ship were dropped off there, and the ship said, look, you knock a few seals on the head and we'll come back and pick you up in a little while.
Yeah.
Well, they killed, I think, about 1,500 seals before anyone turned up again, but they were there for, I think, 3.5 years.
That's a lot of blubber.
There was 4 of them to begin with, if I remember rightly. When they turned back up, a ship randomly sailed past and 3 bedraggled men came down and went, hey, rescue us. And they went, what happened to the 4th one? They went, well, he went mental, so we threw him off a cliff.
As you do.
As you do. Things were different then.
Yeah.
Still, nonetheless, excitement down there in the South Antarctic.
Would have been a welcome change in diet as well, I suppose, if they'd eaten.
Yes, I guess they would have done. Stop eating sort of seal meat.
Yeah. And but you didn't live that long back then, did you?
Well, not if you were stuck on Snares Island, killing seals. Good Lord, no.
But everyone lives much, much longer. We're probably living 20 years longer than what we did back then.
I think we probably are. Although, interestingly, it's now New Zealand is apparently being hit by premature aging. Some kind of expert in regional demography, Professor Natalie Jackson, said we're losing people aged 20 to 40. They're all leaving. And that's driving up the median age of the population, which means that on the whole, on average, we're an older sort of population. Yeah. All of the young people have disappeared away with all of their skills and their zest for life and their reason to live, and leaving all of the sort of us older folk to mooch around. And
us X's. You're an X, are you? Gen X? Generation X.
Yeah, I
you
suppose
fall into
so.
that.
Maybe on the far cusp.
So we're carrying the can.
We are.
For the baby boomers.
Yeah, we're going to become prematurely curmudgeonly and complain about everything.
We're going to be in debt. While they're all hanging out on their deck chairs with their houses and And the retirement homes,
Yes.
not working.
Yes.
We're going to have to keep
We'll
the
be
economy
packing
moving.
their groceries and
That's right.
fetching their trolleys.
Yeah. I can imagine
Weeding.
if it ends up like that. Is it okay if I take the if I do the beep beep? Are you okay to do the packing?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing the packing.
Cool.
I reckon, and it probably, anyone who's been very good at what's that game where the things come down the screen? Jenga? No.
Tetris.
Tetris.
Mm.
You should they should get the kids at the supermarket to play Tetris so they can figure out how to pack your bag more economically.
Of course. Yeah.
It's pretty easy these days to
Usually-
pack a bag at a supermarket. Put one item in plastic bag and then get another plastic bag because they're so weak that you can't put any more than about 2 things in because they break.
Yeah. BYO. Bring your own.
BYO bag, yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
All right. Thanks very much.
We'll speak again unless, of course, anything happens to you in your camper van,
Oh, that's well. Thanks for that nice
your
thought.
4-berther. Raunchy.
I'll let
Goodbye.
you know how it goes next week.
Take your pajamas.
See ya.